Hey,
What?
listen up and hear me out. Apex just made the biggest changes they've ever made to the legends inside of the game. And I should also add that there's no new legend this season. If you're watching this, I'm assuming that you've seen that there are new classes for each legend, and each of those classes has a unique passive.
Okay.
The first class we're gonna be going over is the Assault class, which is gonna be Bangalore, Revenant, Fuse, Ash, and Maggie. This class can hold more ammo as well as use special bins that give you specific attachments for your team, like a smart bin. Next, we're gonna have the Skirmisher class, which is going to be Pathy, Wraith, Mirage, Octane, Horizon, and Valkyrie. These legends will see care packages and the details inside of them, and also if they have been taken or not by an enemy team. The Recon class is going to be Bloodhound, Crypto, Seer, and Vantage. This class has changed. Instead of scanning beacons and getting the next zone intel, the beacons that they scan now will show enemy locations, just like how Crypto's room works on Kings Canyon. The support class is going to be Gibby, Lifeline, Loba, and Newcastle. Just like how Lifeline has gotten before, where you open one of the blue pills, she gets the drop down shelf to give more healing items. That is now shared between all of the support legends. Also, at any crafter, you are able to craft your teammates' banners, even if it's expired. Lastly, we're gonna have our defensive legends, or the controllers, Caustic, Watson, Rampart, and Catalyst. These legends have the old recon ability. While scanning beacons, you are able to find the next zone location. Now that we know all of the legends and the category they fall in, as well as the passives, we can get into my tier list and show you why I have certain legends at certain tiers. The one thing I do want to mention in this new meta change, there has been a hard nerf to the scan meta across all of Apex. They're making scan legends less viable, so you don't feel like you have to run a scan legend in every single viable team comp. This has allowed different team comps to emerge and have the games play out completely differently. Last thing to mention is that the map rotations are every single day. So traditionally you would have one map over one split. That has now changed to a 3-map rotation, rotating every single 24 hours. The maps that are sharing are going to be Broken Moon, yay, World's Edge, yay, and Storm Point, yay. Let's get into the tier list. Let's make this as efficient as possible, quickly going through all of our legends and getting this nailed out so you can continue your games. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and also I'm streaming full-time here now on YouTube. F tier, Revenant. I mean, he's dog shit. E tier, Rampart and Catalyst. For Rampart, there are better controller legends. They've tried to show her love, but it continuously just kind of falls short. Catalyst, while she is still very good, she might be one of the better controller legends for higher ranked games, but for what she does as a controller, she's not very efficient. Next up, D tier, Fuse and Vantage. Fuse is great for farming damage, pestering teams, and making enemies move out of real estate that you might want to take or pick them off of. There's other legends that are better at this, but you'll see at the top of the list. Vantage is in a unique position, being the only recon legend that doesn't really have a scan ability. I could definitely see her even in a skirmisher, but they did decide to put her in a recon, which puts her at the bottom of the recon list. Now that we're up 3 levels and we have 3 more tiers to go on top of this, C tier to me is the most basic and average legends that don't hurt your team, nor do they help. On C tier, we do have Octane, Gibraltar, and Stank Daddy Caustic. Octane is extremely average legend. He does provide somewhat mobility to your team, but with changes to other legends and their mobility options, he kind of remains in a C tier. Gibby has fallen slightly due to his counterpart being Newcastle, being much better at what Gibby could provide, and also having a hard counter being in Mad Maggie, and her popularity going up. Lastly on C tier is going to be Caustic. I used to have them at the bottom because I absolutely hate fighting any sort of Caustic, which maybe can show you that he does provide some sort of value, but truthfully my morals won't let him put him higher. Next up, B tier. For me, these legends are still very good, but what they provide to the team, there are other legends that can do it better. First up, Seer. After dominating the game for several seasons, watching Seer ults between 4 different teams go up for 10 minutes, getting your heals canceled, and having constant wall hacks, they finally found a good spot for Seer. I don't think that he's useless, but you do have to be more skillful with his scans and his heartbeat. Also be careful because you can absolutely hear a Seer when they're around you looking at you, and I'll take that 1v1 anytime. Next up on B tier, we do have Horizon. With a change in her lift and some nerfs to her ult, she's still incredibly strong. I would say her main utility now is to get instant high ground for your team, still even faster now with how fast lift goes up now. I wish I could put her higher, but truthfully, they finally balanced her out. Next up on B tier, we are going to have Watson. For me, the strongest controller legend. You can play her defensively as well as offensively. There's some really cool fence plays that you can have. And with how ranked is right now, being an Ape and W key fest, she's very strong for me, able to hold teams off, stabilize as well as punish teams who try to push you. Ashe is next in our B tier. Ashe actually provides a lot of value, and I do think that she is underappreciated. Her passive is actually great for being able to see where you want to push, if you want to take fights or not take fights. Snare is good if you end up getting some damage and able to hold somebody to a specific location. And I actually really do love her port and how aggressive you can be with it. This one could be higher, so let me know what you think. Lastly on B tier, we do have Lifeline. Her ultimate care package drops in like 5 seconds now. Her heal drone heals quicker. Now when she reses teammates with her drone, they don't have this stagger when they try to get up. A good Lifeline team is really annoying to go against, and this one could be higher too. I don't know. With 2 tiers left, we have 10 legends. I want to preface A tier for me are strong picks. I have my S tier as 3 legends only, being that is the team comp that I want to run, as well as what I think is going to be the most versatile across all of legend comps currently. A tier, we have Bloodhound. Let's pause for 1 second. There are a lot of people mad about the Bloodhound changes. It's a good thing that Apex is going away from scan metas. You now have to track, which is entirely Bloodhound's thing on how he finds enemy. He's a hunter. So with that being said, it almost is a buff, but also a nerf. Still incredibly strong, but still not the best recon legend. Next, A tier, we have Loba. Usually wanting to pair her up with a controller legend so that you can scan beacons, find the next zone, post her up with her black market, and be able to pick people off as they come in. Next on A tier, we do have Mirage, who has probably had one of the most insane buffs recently. He's always been kind of average, but now he's seen an insane buff just with his res. While going invisible, you do have 3 seconds of that invisibility after resing your teammate, as well as your teammate being invisible. Next, we have Pathy. Pathy's zip can now go across the world, travel faster on it, and one of the best legends for being able to get off angles. A good Pathfinder can always help a team. Next, we have Maggie. Her with the shotgun is brutal. Her drill can take teams out of cover as well as do really heavy damage if they're holding. I mentioned earlier there's a better version of Fuse, and that is Maggie. If ball connects with an enemy, her stun on it is crazy, and it's almost a free pick every single time. Next in A tier is going to be Newcastle. In my opinion, the best support legend. Ult is great, res is great, and his shield is amazing. I've done a really good job with him, and I hope that he continues to see more success. Lastly, on A tier, we do have Valkyrie. Still the best rotational legend, but truthfully only on Stormpoint would she be an S tier. Rockets are great if you can hit a stun, and she's definitely great for getting you out of danger if you need it. S tier. They are finally showing some love to Crypto. Officially being the best scan legend, infinite scans with his drones, free enemy information with his drone able to scan beacon and stay out of harm's way, resing on beacons for free. We might be entering into a Crypto meta. The second legend on S tier is going to be Bangalore. She's good on any map, in any situation. Her smokes can stop a team. You can run away from a team. You can push a team, and same to go with her ult. Passive is amazing. She really is the legend that you can plug and play anywhere at any situation, and she's immediate help to your team. Last on S tier, I know I'm gonna get torched for this. One of the best entry fraggers in the game, if not the best. Creating off angles and trying to do big damage is right up there with Pathfinder. Now with her portal being double the distance, you can move your team completely out of a situation, out of harm's way, but still be in the fight, and create some sick plays with her portal. I've made a lot of Wraith content, and it makes my heart full to tell you that Wraith mains, you can rejoice. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the season. Do you like this tier list? Am I wrong? Am I right? I'm right. Make sure you're subscribed, leave a thumbs up on the video. It really does help the channel. And I'm now streaming full-time live on YouTube. I appreciate you. Ready?